The jellyfish family tree it's called jellies. Almost all the jellies have no brain unless one specific jellyfish that we will see below. The jellyfish is one of the very few animals without a brain, which doesn't sit attached to the same spot its whole life. The jellyfish is able to move around with the current in the ocean. It can also actively push itself forward by squirting out water through its mouth. So how did the jellyfish figure out all this stuff without a brain? The jellyfish has a very unique network of sensory nerves. When something touches its tentacles, it instantly reacts by shooting out its sting with a toxin to kill or at least neutralize an enemy. This is also why you want to avoid the jellyfish in the water. It will not try to approach you by itself, not that intelligent, but it might sting you if you get too close. Scientists have managed to sequence the genome from the comb jelly, and they found some amazing facts. It's very unique, and it has a brain. Sea cucumbers are echinoderms, like starfish and sea urchins. There are some 1,250 known species, and many of these animals are indeed shaped like soft-bodied cucumbers. All sea cucumbers are ocean dwellers, though some inhabit the shallows and others live in the deep ocean. They live on or near the ocean floor, sometimes partially buried beneath it. Sea cucumbers feed on tiny particles like algae, minute aquatic animals, or waste materials, which they gather in with 8 to 32 feet that look like tentacles surrounding their mouths. The animals break down these particles into even smaller pieces, which become fodder for bacteria, and thus recycle them back into the ocean ecosystem. Earthworms perform a similar function in terrestrial ecosystems. Sea cucumbers, particularly eggs and young larvae, are prey for fish and other marine animals. They are also enjoyed by humans, especially in Asia, and some species are farmed as delicacies. When threatened, some sea cucumbers discharge sticky threads to ensnare their enemies. Others can mutilate their own bodies as a defense mechanism. They violently contract their muscles and jettison some of their internal organs out of their anus. The missing body parts are quickly regenerated. Sea cucumbers can breed sexually or asexually. Sexual reproduction is more typical, but the process is not very intimate. The animals release both eggs and sperm into the water, and fertilization occurs when they meet. There must be many individuals in a sea cucumber population for this reproductive method to be successful. Indeed, many parts of the deep ocean host large herds of these ancient animals, grazing on the microscopic bounty of marine waters. The starfish is part of the echinoderms, just like the sea urchins we will look at below. They are not fish, and they are not even able to swim. They have between 5 and 40 spiky arms, and they basically just sit at the bottom of the ocean. Sometimes a predator will bite off an arm or two, and then the starfish is able to regenerate the lost arm. The starfish actually has tiny eyes at the end of each arm, which enables it to distinguish between light and dark. They can spot movement, but not much more than that. Just enough information to stay alert of food and enemies. So again, this animal doesn't need a brain, because it has all the basic sensors it needs to stay alert.